Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts, Vertek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventure.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Golden Feather, episode 52, Something in the Water. Today is October 2nd, and our first Friday live stream is going forward. We have Jahlon joining us from Paradox Gaming Nut. Hey.
It seems like it's been so long since I've been here.
Oh yeah, it's been forever. It's like, I don't know, years almost. There was definitely something in the water this last live update. I thought it was kind of cool to see just like the different speeds of mounts and stuff, but there was a little bit to unpack, but we are currently on standby for the major part of unpacking, with the creative director's letter being pushed back. Did you want to talk about anything specifically?
I think it's a conspiracy on the part of Intrepid Studios and Steven that whenever I'm on vacation in Orlando, they release the big stuff. I have thought about taking the camera with me and doing it from the hotel, doing my reaction from the hotel.
There you go. Just get yourself a little travel tripod and just throw it out as soon as you hear the news.
From a ride in the park, just start doing reactions.
Oh my gosh.
Roller coaster and all, selfie stick, and
so
just
I have
film
to
in the
strap
next
my
episode.
phone to my hand so I don't lose it.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Is the creative director letter more exciting than Hagrid the ride? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Here to examine this is...
Okay.
But yeah, I want to talk about some barrel rolls. Just saying. Turtles and barrel rolls.
Turtles and barrel rolls. Do you guys have the clip?
Actually, I could grab it real quick.
Oh, you have a dog. Hi, dog.
I do have a dog.
She is a very attention-hungry puppy.
Yes. I'm not completely upset about this, but yes. Welcome, Tolvier. Let me just put her over here. Go over here. Bed.
But yeah, I kind of liked how they already got the artist working on some flair for the mounts and such. So it's not like they're just like, okay, here's a model, drop it in the game, and it's gonna walk around. Next.
Yeah, it was funny. Today we were talking about the update, and people were like, I wish they had done X. It doesn't matter what X you do. Somebody's going to be unhappy about like showing up. Like mounts in the animal husbandry system represents such a huge part of the game. They eventually had to show it. And I think people are missing the big picture. The upset people, they're missing the really big picture. Yeah, you said that. The artists are creating personality on the mounts.
Yeah.
And you got to figure, like, they're not going to have the artists working on the combat system. So what are you going to have them working on? Oh, art stuff. Go do art stuff while we're still hammering out the combat system.
Yeah.
You don't want the engineers doing the art, and you don't want the artists doing the engineering.
But it looks pretty, yeah, but it's absolutely useless.
It's absolutely useless.
It's no fun. I think I might have it. Let me just put it on top of this background over here.
But yeah, I thought they've put a little bit of thought into it, like the fact that there are faster speeds in the water for a water mount and slower speeds on ground for said water mount, and vice versa.
Yeah, it usually irritates me in a game where if you hit the water, your land mount just poofs and you stop or just despawns. I like the fact that they've put time into, okay, you're on a tortoise, it's on land, not in the water. Oh, you're on a turtle, it's fast in the water, not on the land. I'm like, okay, now we're making sense here.
Or vice versa, for that matter. Like some other games, it's just you're on a tiger and you hit the water and it goes just as fast as if you had a porpoise mount.
Right.
Exactly.
Just the same speed. It doesn't matter at all. So that's always bothered me. But the fact that they've actually gotten that geared in right away is reassuring that they're putting thought into everything.
Also, sorry guys, I got a new desk and we're trying to figure out which way to set it up. So I didn't expect how much things I was going to be doing this way. I'm sorry.
An aileron roll? Well then. I'm sorry. Everything that involves a spinning thing since I played Star Fox is always a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
It's always a barrel roll. I don't care if it's actually an aileron roll or a potato roll or I don't know, a pumpkin roll. It's a barrel roll.
There they are. They're on the screen. Although we don't see Bree now.
Uh-oh.
Now we see Bree.
Yeah, it doesn't show me for some reason when I add new things until after I transfer it. And I'm like, where did the box? Oh, there's the box. Okay. We're working on it. Actually, I would like to semi-announce that one of our planned things is to have a separate screen for showing off videos. So that way we won't have this problem anymore with me being cut off or something randomly.
Yeah, gonna be coming up with here shortly. We'll have a whole separate new reimagined visual setup here.
Also, a kind reminder to those of you interested in cosmetics, and we will get back to the cosmetics thing in a second. You have until the 7th, so 5 days, to get the cosmetics that are currently up on the shop.
And somebody else buy the lava gate thing, because I don't want to buy it, but I want to see what it looks like. So you have to buy it so I can see it on your property.
Just pretend it's like the portal to Azeroth or something.
Yeah. I bought it. I got the ship. I got the ship.
There's the barrel row.
I don't think I bought anything this month. I'm a bad supporter.
Oh no.
Yeah, the pet, the mount, and the ship are all really nifty.
I think I didn't buy. You know what? I didn't buy the ship because I already own too many. I'm not gonna lie. I own so much stuff. Every time I say it's the last month, I'm spending any money on Ashes, and every month Margaret just drives new cosmetics, and I feel the need to spend more money.
Yeah, that's me. Like every month. You know what? Next month I'm only gonna get. I'm gonna get nothing. I'm gonna get nothing. Nope. I have to get that one.
I mean, is that technically simping for Ashes?
I think so.
I mean, the question is, how many pages of cosmetics are you up to at this point? Because I'm at 10.
Oh goodness.
That's too many. That is too many.
I missed out on a lot of cosmetics actually. There's a lot that I'm like, oh, that's super cool, and then I forgot to buy it before it was up, and then I was like, oh well, I'll get the next one, and then of course forget. So.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened a couple times to me. I'm not gonna do it this paycheck. Next paycheck.
Vertec is also very obsessed with anything paladin related, so he learned his lesson from like one of the first sets where it's super like paladin-esque, and then just completely missed it. I think it was like back when they had like that weird time frame where some of them were super short and the other ones were super long.
Yeah, when they were trying to work out the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I totally got cut off. Bro, what are you buying? No. Buying everything.
Buying everything.
Yeah, the teaser for next month's. I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, that's cool. Oh, that's right. I remember what it was. Yeah.
The horse with the little
thorny horse.
Yeah, the horse with the little peg legs.
Yeah, that one's kind of neat. I'm curious what the rest of it's going to look like. All plant-based apparently, so there's that.
Do you feel that the concept art has gotten like way more flushed out since Margaret kind of took over driving that?
Yeah. I noticed that just the other day, looking at like the list of things I haven't bought from like the summer thing, and looking at it going, wow, that was like an oil on canvas 10-minute challenge type like concept art. Like, here's a really good artist and you have 10 minutes. Go.
Yeah.
And then now it's just it's a lot more intricate.
It's hard not to buy. It's hard not to buy right now.
I still say I would really like it better if they would go through and take the time to make the in-game renders and do that, even if it's not like perfectly fleshed out. Like, hey, here's a representation of what we're trying to do. Like,
there you go.
Get that in the game and then put it up for sale.
Yeah, Steven addressed that. Steven addressed it a while ago, and I liked his answer. He gave a really good answer. He said he would definitely sell more cosmetics if they did that, but he wants the people to be rewarded when they finally see it in game. They bought it on faith, and then they get to see it in game. I mean, again, it's one of those. I would probably end up buying more cosmetics if I saw the final renders.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they don't, because I would buy.
There's been somewhere I was like, I don't know how I like or how I feel about this. Like, I like the concept maybe. It just, I don't know. It depends on how it's like brought to life. And then they show the real one and I'm like, I wish I had bought
That's how I feel about the robes this month. Is like, do I really want to be a fire shaman? I don't know. I mean, that could be pretty
theater.
Cool, but it could also be pretty dumb. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Right. It could be cool. It could be bad. I don't know. It's a gamble. But yes, this is something that Margaret leaked out, and I saw it on the official Discord, as well as Tavernside Gaming tweeted it out too. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I'm interested in seeing how it runs and what it does and stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah, there goes our Sussy horse. Yeah, it does look like, at least with the front legs, it's doing a little bit of a strut there. Look at me. You know it. You want this.
This makes me almost wish that we could dye the cosmetics, because I wish this was the red theme from that red one that they did earlier this year, that red and black sort of edgelord set that was for COVID. The horse looks awesome, but I would I would kind of like it in red.
I'm still waiting for a deep purple theme from something. Yeah. Like, I want another deep purple theme. We had a dark blue. We had those stormy people. Mm-hmm. I want a deep purple.
I think it'd be like really cool as a deep purple for like Halloween themed, because it's not super obviously Halloween, but it's still like that interesting spooky color.
I'm sad about Halloween. Halloween's canceled around here.
Oh
no.
Yeah, like I live in a really small town, and more than 50% of the town has COVID.
Oh.
So yeah,
shame.
I'm trying to get the town to let us do reverse trick-or-treating, where the kids all stand at the end of their driveway and the parents
people run by
around
and throw candy.
The parents walk around it, because parents walk around and do the candy. I think that would work well. But yeah, as you can tell, like, you know, with the art and the stuff I do, Halloween is like a big thing for me. It's like my season. And yeah,
pelt them with candy. Oh no.
Pelt them with candy. Yes.
Let's see. Oh.
There you go. You wear gloves, you get Nerf guns, and you just put the candy in the Nerf gun, then you just shoot the candy into
now
I
gotta find this meme I saw on Reddit. Oh, here it is. Inbound. This is something I saw the other day. Actually, I guess it was on the 9th, whatever. And I got such a kick out of it. Because it was, you could stand at your door and just drop candy down a tube, and it goes all the way down to a bucket at the end of your driveway.
Oh my gosh.
you know, Bree, it's funny you mentioned a Nerf gun, because my children have very poor decision-making skills, and they thought this would be a good birthday present. And it's motorized.
Oh boy.
And my children know I don't have to chase them. Yep.
Oh, that's all right.
25 rounds and 125 feet.
That's all right. My best friend is hoping that his children have terrible decision-making skills, because he is actually stocking his house with as many Nerf guns as he can buy and mod with stronger springs. He's going to put a closet in the hallway, and whenever there's a dispute between family members, it's going to be an all-out Nerf battle. And occasionally there's going to be one gun sitting at the door when the kids come home, and then the rest are going to be scattered around the house, and they have to make it to the dinner table past mom and dad.
There you go. Lord of the Flies, here we come.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Mr. Paris D says, after the courier pet concept to in-game render, people are more willing to buy more cosmetics, and I agree. It's just more like specific rendering of things, like the flaming boots. They could either be really cool or they could be meh, depending on how they're created in the game. But a lot of them, I'm pretty sure that interesting, like, Firefox looking pet and mount are going to be super interesting in game based off of the courier.
somebody asked me in chat, they said, what's my favorite cosmetic? The Plague Lab, the very first month, that Plague Lab, I absolutely love it. Like, I think I want to know, even if that building has to go on an alchemist's building, I will be an alchemist so I can have that skin on my freehold.
Yeah, Mikasa, that's a good point, except I don't play anything to do with fires, so probably only going to get the fire mount and the pet, and that's it.
I mean, if the boots made you walk in a funny way, I mean, that'd be worthwhile.
Yeah, but I'm a cleric, so... I'm more interested in pets and mounts anyway, so... Healing fire.
Yeah, healing fire. I mean, that's kind of similar to the SOTOR thing where you're a bounty hunter shooting your friends to heal them.
Yeah. Or like Overwatch with Anna.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say, you guys got that shout out for National Podcast Day from Ashes. That was pretty cool for you guys. You guys have been doing this a long time.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's been 2 years since our first podcast, actually. I was looking at that the other day.
I do got to call you guys out for slacking, though. You're not doing your YouTube uploads.
No, we aren't. But hey, I did say it was after I get my computer done. My computer is now done. And so now I can start working on them again. But yeah, we got to get that going because apparently there's been some people who've done some analytics and say that YouTube is the way to catch attention. So
yeah,
that's what we need to jump on for real.
So Chibi Bree and Vertex favorite cosmetic? Oh man.
Oh, that's tough. You know what? Well, the one I really want to see is the bird thing from that Storm set. Really want to see what that bird is all about. Because I don't think they said necessarily that it was a pet or a mount. But I just know the visual styling of it was bananas. And I want to see if I can actually find it real quick here.
I don't remember what my favorite one is. I do know that I haven't had one that I'm like super like all about yet, but I do like things that are Oracle-esque. So like the turtle that, or tortoise, sorry, the tortoise that Steven and the other people who were writing it, I don't remember who all pulled theirs out, but with the galaxy on the inside, that appealed to me. Source has been mine. That's not a bad one.
Also, honestly, I liked the because there was the one dark purple set, the lion mount.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was was that last year's October set?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay.
So I remember thinking, well, at least it's purple. It's somewhat Halloween themed ish in my mind.
I think the one that I'm looking forward to most is when they put I like the more druidic look. So the bear and a few of the other ones that have like the grassy, patchy, like spring looking on the back of them. That one I'm hoping to see a full set for.
Yeah, here we go. This set right there, but this creature.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to know if that's like a pet or if that's a mount, because it really doesn't say, and I forget what the price was for it, because that's the only other way to really tell is if it was 15 or 25.
The thing in the middle is a mount. The one in the lower left is the pet.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Because that one is going to be freaking fantastic. Just, can you imagine just riding like a storm dragon feathery creature thing? Like that entire set would have been amazing if it was all purple.
I think Realm of the Wakeless is one of my favorites, but so far I haven't found an entire set that I absolutely love the entire set of. There's usually been like most of the set or some of the set that I'm like, I like this, but not that.
Yeah, there's like Jahlon just typed out. Yeah, there's what is it, 3 tiers or something of ships that they were gonna make.
There's solo size that are 1 to 3. There's party size for 8, and there's raid size for 40.
Mikasa's upset that they missed out on that mount, by the way.
Yeah, see, some of that stuff, it looks a lot cooler when you're not like staring at it like, do I want to spend my money on it? You look at it after the fact and go, man, I should have spent money on that.
Yeah. I mean, but that's where I always remind people, there's gonna, for most, not all, but for most, there's gonna be an in-game variant that you can get.
Yeah. And maybe some of those might sway my opinion a little bit more, where like I may have not liked it, but I like it more with the in-game variant, and that's the one I'm happy to get, kind of thing. Speaking of cool and nifty, this was posted by you/Roxas the Cat, and they were talking about something that would be kind of cool to see similarly in Ashes. I'm going to pull up a series of photos from their live stream, but when they're showing off the kind of like tropical beach themed concept art, this was something kind of interesting, and we actually ended up responding to the Reddit post, but I thought it would be really cool if you look at that video. It's like it just loops into like a section in like a forest that's still got beach, but if you could imagine from the main beach over here and then an underwater tunnel lit by like luminescent biomes into this little like sneak peek circle area of beach inland, I thought that would be really cool. Yeah.
So I gotta say, with the fact that there's only going to be so many people with flying in the game, that would be really easy to hide for the first like 6 months of the game until, you know, they get up to the point where they can elect mayors to, you know, metropolis level nodes, and they actually get flying. Up until that point, that could actually be an actual secret. But even after that, I don't know, maybe get trees that grow up high enough, and then the bioluminescence is the only way you see, like truly see down in the beach.
Yeah, I think little nooks and crannies like that in MMOs is what makes it special. Like you find it. Like it's been decades since we've had like I found this. Everything else is always pre-mapped out, and we don't like something like that could come about because of the node development. So it might not be on every server. I absolutely, I'd love to see stuff like this in Ashes. I'd love it.
Yeah, and I know at least in like previous tests and such, there were areas that would open up when you got a node to a certain level. It was literally a dungeon would open up, like with the last testing thing that went through like a couple months ago or something, whenever that was.
Sorry, I
was
completely
really cool.
missed this part. There's a big thing where Maggie is discussing the mount. So let me get rid of that. But basically, she was saying that she was trying to go for something kind of like dark, but not necessarily evil. So you're going to probably see that crossover again before I can get to it. It's not the concept art I was looking for.
But yeah, that first bout of pre-alpha testing that they brought us in for was actually neat. Like you had to get the node to a certain level. If you're just walking around, it wouldn't even seem like something was there. It looked like ruins.
You know that, because we can talk about Alpha Zero. It was the same way. Alpha Zero, like 3 years ago almost now, you were like, I'm here. What just happened?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna like blow people's minds when suddenly you're there. I mean, it's not going to pop to a city, obviously. It's going to pop to that first expedition and that encampment. But I think people are going to not be used to that. They're going to like have gone past the spot, and then when they're coming back, they're going to be like,
"What just happened?
Well, what just changed?" And it's been so long since we've had a game where exploration means anything.
Right. I think that's going to be like probably one of the many key joys of Ashes of Creation is literally the exploration part of it, where things are changing so much. So one node might stay the same forever, but the next node over it might be like leveling up, I guess. But also, that's going to be the most amazing part of starting off in a server, is being able to have that unique area of this has not been touched, and now I've gone past and there's a random encampment.
I think a lot of people are going to leave the Divine Gates. Like I don't have any intention of leveling up near the Divine Gates. I'm going out into the world, but eventually my journey will bring me back to the Divine Gates and just be like, wow, this is how it turned out.
Yeah. Because like people start killing stuff when they first get there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I kind of want to avoid too. Like when I go in, I want to do the initial quest and then get the heck out of that area as soon as I can. Like
Yeah.
I want to start leveling up a node somewhere that's interesting besides just giving all experience to the nodes around the entry point.
Have they shown many other biomes besides the one that's being shown currently?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
No, they showed up. Yeah, they showed off a little bit of the. I mean, just basically everything that was in the BR is what they've really shown off. Like they had like the little bit of underrealm type stuff and a little bit of a desert, a little bit of some seaside, and
They haven't really shown off the second BR map, the forest.
yeah,
They haven't really shown that off on Alpha Island. But
yeah,
then
it
it
was-
makes you then it makes you wonder where Alpha Island actually is.
yeah. Because looking at the map that they've given out, like the world map, you'd have to try to find a spot that has, everything that the Alpha 1 thing would have. Because didn't they say it has like a little bit of every biome that they're gonna have?
Alpha Island, I believe, will, but I don't know if that will directly go into the MMO.
Okay.
Secretly, AOC will only be Alpha Island, and we've all been bamboozled.
It's actually going to be a vertical space. We're going to have a
Yes.
spiral staircase going up and down to all the different biomes.
Just don't fall through the staircase, okay?
Yeah.
They only told us it was 480 square kilometers. They didn't say it was 1 square kilometer stacked 480 times.
Oh my goodness. So where I was going with my previous question was, so far, out of all the biomes that you've seen, where would you want to go and settle, and why?
I know exactly on the main map where I'm going to settle, but it's not any biome we've seen. I'm going into that Arctic area on the east side of the east continent. That's where I'm headed, because I think a lot of people in their psychological aversion to the cold, even in a video game, they're not going to go there.
You're going to have a place all to yourself.
In 299 guildies.
You set up your own little corner of the world.
That's right. I'll take the closest castle before anybody realizes what's happened.
Yo, has anybody seen this raid up here yet? It's like a giant. Oh wait, that's a node. How did a node get up here? Well, you put 300 people there, 13 hours a day, not moving except for just grinding experience, and that's what happens.
That's what happens.
Wanted to bring focus to our friends over at Ash's Post. As always, they did a live stream transcript on the most recent live stream. It's a great place to see the concept art and all of the other denier and dwarven styled things that they showed off, as well as a pretty TLDW, too long didn't watch, version of what essentially happened on the live stream.
And also, just in case you want to do things like I'm sure Mr. Encyclopedia here does, and just be able to, Control F, find something instead of watch an entire video to dig up the information.
Yeah.
Thanks to Shaz, he saves me one viewing of the live stream. I do 3. I used to do 3, now I only have to do 2. I watch it live, and then I go back and I actually watch it kind of backwards so that I can do the Q&A piece that I do. But yeah, what he does, the Ashes Post, what they provide is invaluable to content creators. He's like the unsung hero of content creation.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, we sing his praise every single time because, dear Lord, it's like, oh, live stream's over. Have a good day, guys. And before the room even clears out, hey, it's posted. Here's the transcript. What?
Yeah,
You got to have some kind of voice to text or something going because, man, that's insane.
Also,
yeah.
Mikasa asked what is stopping somebody from, after having a limit of 300 people for a guild cap, creating another guild for about 30 for the PvP. Nothing's really stopping them necessarily, except for you can have only, I think, 5 related guilds, like in like a group. I
4.
forgot what it was called.
Alliance.
Alliance, thank you. Guild alliances.
Yeah, so-
like you're
oh, yeah, other than
sacrificing a
that-
guild alliance full of another guild for alliancing your secondary guild, I guess. But that's up to the guild leader of the primary guild to decide.
And then
if
time
it's
and
worth-
effort, really.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the guild war mechanic that comes up a lot during my Q&As. People always say, aren't you worried that a 300-person guild is just going to divide itself into 4 75-person guilds so they can get the max bonuses? I say, sure, they could do that. But then if they get what you just said is now you have a 300-person alliance versus a 1,200-person alliance. And I don't think all the guild buffs in the game are going to make you able to fight outnumbered 4-1. And then each guild then would have to reverse declare to have equal numbers. So it's player choice. It's like Steven always says, it's player choice.
Do you want
do what you
numbers or
want.
do you want a concentration of power?
And plus, we
And
don't
benefits.
know what those buffs are.
Yeah. Or just other benefits for the guild. I mean, there could be anything. It could not be necessarily a buff so much as, isn't there something like a guild, like guild land, like a guild freehold? So it could end up being a bigger freehold if you invest more points into that. Who knows? Maybe you could get more crafting areas out of that or what have you.
And the way the guild war system works is if you have a guild freehold or a guild fortress and you only have 75 people, there's going to be guilds that view you as, okay, let's declare war on them. Let's siege their freehold or siege their fortress. If the fortresses make it above the line, if not, let's raid their guild freehold and take their stuff.
Yep.
And nobody else can get involved in that because they're not in your guild.
Yeah. Yes, you do sacrifice buffs, basically.
Yep, it's going to be a skill tree like any other. Like you can go with your passive bonuses or your active bonuses, just like a character, and see which way you like to build and what kind of style you want to go with. Every choice has consequence.
I'm only going to interrupt the current background music for a second to play this super awesome Denier music.
Oh yeah, from Matakamis? I don't know how his name's supposed to be pronounced.
Oh, I love the picture on this video. This is the person that said, what, Vera has New Jersey?
Yeah. Vera Jersey.
There we go. Just enjoy this as we continue chatting.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, definitely go to, he keeps posting when he does like live streams and his progress on certain songs on the forums. It's definitely worthwhile checking it out.
Yeah.
Like he has some hour-and-a-half long creative sessions that he's just toying around with the music. But what's this? See, when there is a siege on a node for 250 versus 250, is it instance or is there a barrier around the node preventing more players from participating? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Steven said there's not going to be any real instancing. It's going to be more of like people are allowed to participate and then not allowed, something like that.
Node sieges don't have a 250 cap. That's castle sieges, and there's no instancing. If you're not a registered attacker or defender and you enter into the area, you die.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
So it's not really instanced, but you can't go in, or you can. You just may not make it out alive.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I really like this music. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, he does some really good stuff. I just sent him another message on the forums trying to get him to make some music for us.
Yeah.
I have to say, every time I watch your show or every time I come on your show, you guys find things I completely miss on the Reddit and on the forums. I really, I'm just like, I didn't see this. I didn't see his music. I actually need to save that.
I think we like his stuff a lot, so Vertec is at the very least following his stuff. And as far as some of these other things, I don't know. I like swapping instead of hot. I put like new or upcoming, and I feel like that catches a lot of like the smaller posts. And pretty much, as I posted on the Reddit last week, our aim is to grab some of these and showcase them because we think they should be seen because they're cool. So.
Yeah, and see,
Like
that's what I like to
this
try to do
wheel
is dig up stuff that people aren't really talking about, or like random posts that people put up, like discussion points.
Yeah. Sorry, like this turtle.
Total.
Yeah, I saw this. I'm glad you guys found. I didn't see this.
It's by Wood Ox.
This is the Tide Napper.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other name? The Tide Napper or the Tired Snapper?
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah, Tired Snapper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The ashes-based coffees. That too. TL.
Oh yeah.
Been my favorite post so far from them.
Do you want to share your coffees that you suggested?
Oh yeah. Let me see, because I kind of invented them on the spot for that. I was just like, what could I do? Sounds amazing. But yeah, I vote Tide Napper.
Tide Napper.
Yeah, Tide Napper. That's my vote.
Also, I apologize if there is like the music getting really loud and competing with their voices. I'm trying my best, because I can hear it, to adjust to the growing volume of the music. But I think it's really cool. I hope you guys are enjoying it because I'm enjoying it. And it's really nice to see people making these kind of content. I think it's really unique and it's really just, I don't know. It's nice to see art, but it's also nice to see other forms of art as well.
The Ashes of Creation community has probably the most creative people I've run into in a decade of gaming. You didn't have these sort of people in other games. You always have fan art people, but I can't recall ever running into music composers in other games.
Yeah. Go for it, Vertec.
There you go. So yeah, here's my coffees that I made. There was the Rising Phoenix, which was a chai latte with an extra espresso shot, almond milk, double dash of cinnamon, and a light amount of cayenne pepper. Get a little bit of a quick wake up in the morning. Or then there's Raven's Repose or Phoenix Rejuvenation, which is a cold brew with 50-50 mix heavy cream and almond milk, fresh blueberry juice, and a touch of vanilla.
Yum.
I gotta try them.
You shouldn't be allowed near anything that looks like a coffee maker.
It should be my everything. Yeah, I loved those names, by the way. Was it the Sanctus Slurp, the Note Explode, Gateway Glug? Gateway Glug sounds like something like... Have you heard of a Jersey Turnpike?
No.
The Jersey Turnpike is what you get somebody when you're going out for their 21st. There's a mean version and then there's a nice version. The mean version is basically you tell the bartender you want one at the beginning of the night, and they whatever collects in the little runner tray when they're mixing drinks.
Oh no.
And the nicer version is whenever they're mixing drinks, they take whatever's left in the shaker and they keep pouring it into the same cup until it fills the cup. And that's the Jersey Turnpike.
No.
That sounds terrifying.
So you'd have absolutely no idea what you're getting, but it's going to taste like absolute garbage.
Can you see the look of horror on my face just from hearing it?
No.
Even the nice version's got to be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean...
But that's what the Gateway Glug sounds like.
Yes.
It sounds like the Varen version of a Jersey Turnpike.
I think if somebody made the last... Was it the last word or the last whisper or something like that?
Oh yeah, the last word.
And they renamed it as like the Phoenix. Or the... I don't know, something. Cause
Extinguishing the Phoenix or something, because yeah, it was definitely it was a good one.
Oh my gosh. Let's just say I didn't drink for 4 months after that.
No. You're
Yeah.
not allowed near the coffee or the wet bar. No.
Just don't let me mix the drinks. I'll sample them. I will tell you if they're delicious or not.
Yes.
That's funny. But let's see, what else do we have here?
Oh, so about the discussion juices, there's something somebody went really, really passionate with on the forums.
Discussion juices?
Yeah, this armor styles and how they're adapted for each race.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see.
They had a very, very spirited and passionate discussion about how they think it should not be adjusted per race. So what's your take on that? Do you think it should be adjusted, should not be adjusted, or minor adjustments to accommodate for race should be a thing, or what do you think?
Sorry, I was amused because your link, you missed the 8, but it's still properly linked. But I think the different racial styles is interesting and unique because I've seen, like in World of Warcraft, and I'm sorry if I keep referring back to WoW or back to Final Fantasy XIV, those are the two I have the most experience in. But it's kind of cool to see matching armor sets in terms of like a night elf and a Draenei.
The
Draenei. Like, it's kind of cool seeing those two different races being like twinsies, but I also like it more when it takes on a version of the race. So like same but unique and different. Ooh, I like that idea, Quantum, actually. I think ultimately it would be cool to have like the option, like what Lard was saying. But also what Quantum was just saying was they thought that it would be neat to have the racial significance only occur from like the crafter. So a dwarf can wear something with a Vex style because of a crafting thing from a Vex.
I think we get into the problem there with item IDs, and you start thinking about, okay, so what do you want to do? In an ideal world where I hold the magic pencil, like in a tabletop game, and I don't have any limitations, then yeah, absolutely. Having the crafter input it. But now you have, not only do you have 9 different crafters, because you got 4 subraces in the Tulnar. Mm-hmm. I think it's easier to model the armor to the character that puts it on versus having 9 different item IDs plus with the social organizations, and I can change the stats on the armor. Now you're starting to create a database of hundreds of thousands of different configurations of the same stuff. Of all the comments on the forums lately, this one is probably the most well spelled out, but you want a certain race to only wear racial armors, not exotic one. What the hell is this? Well, it's Ashes of Creation. Is what it is. I understand where they're going with it. I understand what you were saying. I understand what the poster says. The racial armors was a sticking point for me for a long time. I do want to have specific armor appearances for my race. But then why would a dwarven craftsmith be well versed in making armor for other races?
Right. It just immersion reasons wouldn't make sense.
That's exactly where my mind goes with it, and that's why my thought on like the ideal system, quote unquote, would be that it took on racial traits of whatever race was crafting it, and that was it. If you want to get Vec armor, you need to go to a Vec armor smith. If you want to get dwarven armor, but you want it made in your size, go to a dwarf. Tell them you gotta custom make it for your size, but it's going to be dwarven styling.
I also wanted to say I think it's kind of cool when they do it based on the character model, because I know that sometimes things can stretch or warp weird when going from something like a dwarf model to a taller, skinnier, or just differently built model, and it might stretch weird. It might not look exactly the nicest. So I think it's kind of cool. Either way, I mean, I don't care. I'm just excited for cosmetics.
I make a short Vec and I put dwarven armor on him, and the person engages me thinking I'm a dwarf and I'm really a Vec. I mean, for the people who said, well, what about my visual threat assessment? Well, then you just threw that out. I think it definitely is a good point, but not for Ashes. For another game, sure, a different direction where you have locked armor and locked weapons, that would probably be an easier configuration.
Yeah.
But I think I came up with like 960 different configurations per class times 64. So I want the game out before I'm too old to play it. Get off my lawn.
And there's only so much you can do by like looking at the silhouette of somebody running at you before you have to be so hard coded into it like WoW is, where they have to make giant shoulders because they need all that visible space to model from far away exactly the character running at you.
Get off my freehold. As long as you can preview the pieces like how they would look on you. But I also want to preview other races for alts. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, because I think it would be maybe a factor for some people as to which race they actually go with, because I might want to be an elf, but I don't really care if I'm Empyrean or sorry, is it Valoon?
Pyre.
Pyre, thank you. Empyrean or Pyre. I'm getting mixed up with like D&D elf here. So, but maybe the styling might be the thing that like teeters me, or maybe just the way that it fits might teeters me. I don't know. It's just interesting.
And Quantum, I love your comment, especially with at the end of the day, I'm hungry and just want Ashes to launch.
Yeah. So Bree, are you the person who runs around in Final Fantasy 14 inspecting people and then trying on their armor so you can see what it looks like on your own character?
Possibly.
You don't have to answer that. But yeah, maybe. That might be what she does in the spare time on the second monitor while running from one spot to another.
Hun, how many times have I said, hey, I really like this armor. I found where I can get it. Can we go raid?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We're on our way to like somewhere to do something random, and hey, can we go over here instead? Sure, why not? And it's literally to pick up one piece of gear because it adds to the outfit.
I run the Arboretum in Final Fantasy for the Plague Doctor set, so I know what you're saying. I farm it solo trying to get that set.
I'm like, but it's pretty and I want it.
It's pretty.
And it doesn't cost any real money. It just costs real money, real game time.
Yeah.
Fashion is endgame. Yeah, well, sometimes we've been endgame.
It's true.
So.
And me, like, oddly enough, as much time as I will spend putting together something for like a cosmetic outfit, I don't think I've ever actually gone and constructed an outfit with gear that a website will show you is available and then gone and sought it out individually. I've gone and like, if I go through a certain dungeon and I find something that looks cool, I say, okay, I need to kill more stuff in this dungeon because that looks neat and I need more of it.
You know, it's funny you say that. There are still people who don't understand the Ashes open world dungeon concept, and they're not getting it. Like, is open world dungeon that foreign of a? Maybe I'm just old. Okay, maybe I'm just old and I've been gaming forever. But open world dungeon isn't foreign to me. And they're like, what do you mean I can grind in the dungeon and not restart it? Like, what restart are you looking for?
Yeah, I think what it is there have been so many like theme parks and so many guided tours of MMO worlds in recent past that's all people have bumped into. Also,
there's probably a lot of people around my age who haven't really played a lot of the older ones, or like younger than me, who haven't played a lot of the older ones where there is the open world. Or maybe they're very used to a specific game and looking at Ashes, they're like, oh, you know, this has a whole other thing to it. But yeah, I think it is a foreign concept for a lot of people, just because maybe they haven't encountered that specifically, and they're used to things like World of Warcraft, where if you're grinding for something, you just pop out, reset the dungeon, pop back in, and rerun it.
Quantum, I'm gonna RP as a gravedigger and walk through the dungeon rezzing people.
Okay, I like what Zikal said. You could justify a dwarf making elven-styled armors through the roleplay means, but you can also just as well decide to encourage more players' independency by restricting which races can craft which styles. Either way, really. And I think that's kind of cool, because I think we brought this up one time previously with the whole conversation of if I'm the only elf here and Vertek and Jahlon are both Vec, I would end up in something kind of like that. I would end up in a Vec-based town or node. And maybe only then, because the overarching theme of the node is Vec, will I have access to Vec armor style. And that's just something that I threw out there as like something that could include immersion, because if you live in a certain country long enough and you want to learn how to make things, you can make things from that country where you're living.
And you know what? That actually, really thinking on it, might be something interesting that they could do down the line. I doubt it would be something they'd want to code right now, but kind of like every major game I can think of has like some form of rep. Well, I guess not every major, but a lot of the major games would have some kind of rep with each different major town or area. You could build up rep, and that could just unlock certain things. Like
Could be too, yeah.
styling of that racial whatever, or being able to use herbs from that area to make whatever potion that you can make from herbs back home. But until you use them enough or hang out in that area enough, you don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
That could be neat.
Ooh.
That's pretty in-depth, though.
Quantum says, I like the idea of learning to craft armor types of non-playable races as well.
I'm still interested in the playable races. It's like we always forget to ask Steven about them. We let him just slide on that. We know we know the avians, and we know we're gonna run into them in game, but they're not gonna have cities. They're gonna have like camps.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, we need more. We just need to like I said, we need to drop a siege flag on Steven's house and just show up and be like, yeah, we're interviewing you right now. Like,
this is what's happening.
This is happening, or we're kidnapping your dogs.
We've brought the lights, so you're gonna be staying up awful late. You may as well just come on out and grab a camp chair.
Exactly.
Yes.
He has the resources to hire mercs.
Yeah, right. But yeah, Jahlon, kind of boomeranging back. I don't know why my brain jumps around like this, but how you're saying you're going to be a grave robber in the open world dungeons. You should play the really shifty one and just kind of like follow everybody, like skitter at a time. That way when they die, you can run up and like pick their pockets, grab whatever they dropped, and then res them.
Resing optional.
There you go. Yeah, resing optional.
Why am I
So,
thinking
hurry
of
this
that
time.
little pet? I forget what game it is, but I think maybe it's Final Fantasy. You have like that little pet that like as you kill NPCs, it like runs around and collects your loot for you.
Oh yeah, it runs really quickly and just grabs everything for you.
Yeah.
I forget what that was from either, because I don't think it was WoW that would pick stuff up for you.
Maybe it was an anime I'm thinking of.
I don't know. But yeah,
Welcome.
so
Know your
about
shiny
that
mind.
director's letter.
About that director's letter.
I have some theories that it's going to be a tasty and juicy letter for a few reasons. So they did mention that there was some testing going on. He did mention that there was some pretty big stuff happening with it as far as like bugs getting fixed and things getting ironed out. And
Yeah.
he said that one of the reasons it's being pushed back is because of staying up late for other testing again. So I have a theory that because of all this, it may actually be that he's trying to maybe finalize dates for some actual announceable testing that might be happening.
I have zero doubt that you're right. Zero doubt.
that's where my brain's going on it, because if it was just to write a letter, I mean, it doesn't take that long to write a letter and have someone else proofread it and whatnot. But it's making decisions and putting specific information in there that's going to take long.
Yeah.
You know, they had a lot of bugs, 4.23 to 4.25. That was a big jump in Unreal. I don't develop games personally, but I do liaise with a lot of studios that make games, and they said that they were actually kind of shocked. Outside people were kind of shocked that Intrepid did the double jump. But it was probably a good it was probably a good decision that they double jumped. But yeah, he probably needs to know how close it is to show offable. Plus, with them giving out alpha keys for the Halloween contest,
Yes.
I'm thinking just you know, spitballing. I'm thinking a Halloween weekend testing. I'm thinking the 31st to the 1st of November. I
have a feeling that that's a very possible thing.
That would be quite an appealing thing.
Or the 7th of October, so that during Extra Life they can be playing together. Because
actually, that would be even better.
This year, I'm going to actually participate because I am finally doing a job where I don't have to be busy for the entire time they're doing the 24-hour, because they do it on my birthday and then I can't join. And I'm just like, I'm working.
And by the way, Quantum Crow, I'm really hoping it's not the 10th to the 12th, because my friend is getting married on the 10th, and that's going to take out an entire day that I wouldn't be able to. So it shouldn't be the 10th to the 12th.
It better not be the 10th through the 12th, because I'm going to be in Orlando.
So it's more than likely the 10th to the 12th is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the 10th to the 12th, because he knows I'm going to be in Orlando. He's going to release the letter on the 9th, and it's going to say testing this weekend.
Download now.
Yeah, as they do.
Oh man. But yeah, so have you had any other stuff pop up in your day-long streams?
No,
it's been interesting conversation out of maybe spurned from some of the questions people have had.
Yeah, we get interesting conversations all the time. We get interesting conversations. The big one was, I think everybody except for one person, I think everybody was good with this live stream. We didn't have a lot of squabbles, but the AOE thing, the no hard cap on AOE, that was kind of a game changer. I mean, I don't think people quite weighted the Q&A as much as they should have. No cap on AOE and the weapons and the gear not having a fixed repairability. That was like two bombshells out of the Q&A that most people are like, eh. I'm like, whoa.
That's pretty big.
That's really big. That is designed to, and the world not being a globe, the world being a flat plane. Damn flat variants. Those are three really big design decisions that you got in one Q&A. And I don't think people realize how much that changes things.
Yeah, because as much as it makes sense, like just when you think about it, that an AoE really should just hit everything, that can potentially break a lot of tricky situations. Because if you get, say, a boss that has mobs that come out at you and just swarms, all you got to do is gather them up and let the mage drop a couple meteors on them and they're all dead. Challenge dismissed. Completely dismissed.
And people were talking about if players have collision, will NPCs have collision? And if NPCs have collision, that deals with your hard cap.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Oh, you posted that.
Yeah, so I was gonna circle back when we were done chatting with that to the glorious gourd competition. Sorry, Halloween's my favorite. I like chatting about it.
I hate all of the people that are creative because I'm not, and I know I have zero chance to win a pumpkin carving contest.
I'm
You know-
creative. It comes in spurts and usually involves alcohol and forgetting what I was talking about the next day. So I can't really get the exact same thought in mind. Like I can have the general idea.
And I just have
And
a
then-
different version of creative altogether.
Yeah. And then I just can't put anything onto paper or create anything in any way.
Yeah, I try to have like, okay, what should we come up with? And he's like, please don't do this to me. Let's see. The Verdant Keeper returns with a new missive for you. The nights are lengthening, the air is crisp and cool, and all across Vera, nature is displaying its boldest shades of orange and ochre. We hope your harvest was bountiful, and what better way to show off your prize pumpkin than by submitting it to the glorious gourd contest. Below in that link is how to enter. You can do a physical entry, you can do a digital entry, and they even kind of break down like how it gets judged by. But it ends October 27th at 11 a.m. PDT. And the winners will be notified on or before October 29th. Things that will be included are interesting little prizes such as an AMD graphics card, Ashes of Creation, vintage logo hat, as they called it, Ashes of Creation vintage logo lanyard, Ashes of Creation vintage logo mouse pad.
This is gathering his Ashes gear.
And
piece by
one
piece.
alpha key. Yeah, and we have the mouse pad right here. So see?
You have the mouse pad.
Vintage.
Yeah, I got the hoodie.
I have the hoodie, but I don't really wear it because it's shrinking.
I have the hoodie, but I somehow wore a hole in the armpit. So I just steal his.
yeah, she does. I'm just saying, if anybody wants to go ahead and win that graphics card for me, I'll give you lots of thank yous and my old video card. It'll be like it's almost a historic relic at this point. It's like 7 years old, so you could almost qualify to sell it to a museum as an artifact of the past.
You have a 7-year-old graphics card?
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
I do.
And this is why we need to update, because sometimes his computer freezes when trying to render the video. And this is why we're kind of behind on uploading stuff, because
Hey, it's gotten better.
computer- the computer needs a little help.
I did a full reinstall. I got better hard drives. I finally got an M2 SSD. So yay, there's that.
You know, I'm pretty sure for like $50 you could get a 1080 on eBay.
For $50? I don't know about that low.
Well,
The last
that's
time I looked, a decent 1080 that wasn't like made of cardboard was still like $400.
Really?
Yeah, last I looked, which again was like a year ago, so never know. I know
yeah,
the 2080s are still stupid.
Yeah.
I think the 3080s, like the announced price, was cheaper than what I saw 1080s for.
Yeah.
Unless I hit up eBay, in which case I'm going to get somebody's Ethereum mining card.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting for the next. I don't think Ashes is going to be out before the next tech cycle, so I'm just waiting. Like
That's where I'm at. Like, you know, I can wait till next year. I'll wait till maybe tax season. Maybe we'll see what happens there. Maybe the 3080s will have their issues ironed out and they'll be cheaper. I don't know.
you know, all those people that ran out and bought the 3080s, and then you find out that all the manufacturers went on the cheap and now they all have defects. Like, when are people going to learn? You don't buy first generation.
Yeah.
And people said I'm building it for Ashes. I'm like, what are you building it for? You don't
Why
have.
so hurry?
Yeah.
We have a while before it officially comes out.
I mean, I'm one of the more sunny side up people with Ashes, but I'm even going to say it's going to be at least a year and a half. Still.
March 22nd, 2022.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that it'd be just pretty much spot on.
People, Steven now knows that I win a bunch of money if it comes out on that day, so he'll release it on March 23rd.
Or even better yet, oh, look how pessimistic you are. It was actually the 20th.
Exactly. He'll
So
be
pessimistic you are.
Yeah. Like, there you go.
That's funny.
No, I think we need to get Steven on for another interview. But I had a really cool interview idea for Steven. Instead of just one content creator, since like we all have different styles.
Oh yeah.
It should all be like the roulette wheel, and like he doesn't get to see who's coming next. So I ask like 2 questions, and then I spin the wheel, and then we have somebody else dial in. And then he's like, my brain, who's coming next? You guys ask different questions than I do, than Smurg does, than the Dungeon Crawler Network, and Steven kind of knows, having been on those shows.
What he's going to expect, yeah.
Yeah, you just keep rolling the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I was thinking about that the other day, too, how nifty it'd be to just get like a group call on and just have like a round table, like everyone throwing questions at him from different perspectives and different communities.
Oh yeah. That'd be really cool. I mean, I am expecting, because if you guys noticed in this last live stream, they still 2 years later, end up going back to something to do with orphans. On our podcast, it was the orphan dungeon.
Yeah.
Still need to get a clip of that and do something with it, because man, I don't know, that conversation killed me. And hey there, Tavern Side, how's it goes it?
Hello, welcome in. Alrighty, well, it's been an hour already.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Indeed.
It's been an hour for you guys.
Yeah. Was today another day where you were streaming all day? Because I got done with work and like turned around and said, oh yeah, we have a stream in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was nicer this time. I will say that it was nicer. I finished my show. I went and I had dinner with my wife, and then we went for a walk. We're gonna go for another. We walk like 2 miles a day. We just split it up today, and then I was like, I like this better. You guys need to carve out this Friday. I see you guys are doing twice a month now.
Actually, I think we're going back up to weekly now.
Yep, weekly.
Weekly.
Yep.
Yeah,
weekly
we're trying to dive full back into how we used to, like go back to weekly and actually start trying to pump out the shows onto YouTube once a week instead of like once every 6 months, dropping them all in a week.
Tag DJ Vertec, or is it just Vertec on Twitter? Just tag him.
Yeah, it's still DJ Vertec, because Vertec apparently is like a laser company.
Oh,
so.
Right, that's right. We talked about that before. Tag him. Bother him.
I think you guys are gonna. I really do think you guys are gonna grow now that you're settled. I mean, moving across the country, changing days, having a computer that you can't do your video rendering on because dinosaurs kicked it. No, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see you guys. You guys have such a like. I love your platform. You guys do something I can't do. So I love your platform.
Oh, thank you.
What do you mean something you can't do, sir? I appreciate the compliment, but
yeah.
I can't get people dialed in. Like I panic every time I interview Steven. Number one, because he always waits until like the very last second, or he has a business meeting. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, where's Steven? And then I end up touching something. Oh, while I'm waiting, I'm going to touch. Every time I have people call in, I mess up my whole stream. I mess up my whole stream when I don't have people calling in. I touched a button last week in OBS. I changed all of my scenes.
Oh no.
So that was like 2.5 hours. But you guys are gonna grow because you have like the perfect program. If I was going to benchmark a program, I would benchmark your program for a podcast.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's great.
Let me just tell you, now that we've been doing this for 2 years, you may not have looked like it, but I was freaking out really badly on the inside. In fact, there was one time when Vertec was trying to edit something, and it came through in the recording, but not in the live stream. And I did something, and I think it was back when we were on the old house. So like, basically the internet connection went bad, but OBS was still recording, and I was sitting here going, "Oh no, what happened?"
It was still recording all of that though. I almost uploaded that to YouTube because I was like, all right, let me get the audio. Okay, cool. We got this, we got that. We got some condensers in there. We got my limiters. All right, let's put the outro in there. All right, good to go. Package it up. And she's reviewing it before she uploads it and goes, did you mean to keep that in there?
Like, are you trying?
It was like
to
5 minutes of her just doing this going, oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've learned that lesson. I've learned that lesson too. I don't record locally. I just pull down the stream.
Well, it's actually saved us a couple of times where the local recording helped out in certain areas and such. But
Yeah, it's actually specifically why we use Zoom, because it's going to record all of our voices separately, all three of us.
Oh, nice.
We can go through, and if like I had crazy stupid background noise but you were clear, it wouldn't record both of us on the same track. I'd be able to mute my background noise but not you.
Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, there's a lot of messing up. I mean, just last month, randomly OBS got rid of all of my scenes, so I had to scramble to reassemble all the scenes right before the podcast. So may seem put together, but I touch things too and they explode very much. But thank you so much for the compliment.
Yes, definitely appreciate it, because I mean, you're one of the other benchmarks of podcasts out there, to be honest. Like, you're the benchmark of a friggin' knowledge base, to be honest.
It fulfills that need because I'm retired and I have to stay retired. So I wanted to go back to teaching. So I feel like I'm teaching. I'm checking that box. I'm filling that void. Yeah. And I don't have to prep. I don't have to do lesson plans.
Yeah.
No, just all free fly. I don't know, free something. That's the word I'm looking for.
We could probably
Freeform.
talk all night.
That's the word.
Yeah, freeform. We could probably talk all night, but I'm sure you guys want to get on with your Friday.
And you guys have a walk to get on with.
Funny enough, I gotta get back to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing a walk with the pup.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But either way, thank you again for your time. Thanks for stopping by. We always love having you here.
I love being here.
And thank you everyone else for joining us and giving your time as well.
Yes, you do not get time back. It's a valuable commodity, and you spent it here at our little cozy tavern. So thank you very much.
Thank you for those of you that followed, and we hope to see you next Friday.
Have a good night, good weekend.